What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell as we get going. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you because you become apprised whenever great betting content is going live here at our little YouTube neck of the woods. I am tilting right now. I'm tilting. I ended up getting plus 900. There was upwards of plus 1100 at one point in time for Ben Simmons triple-double. Kyrie Irving gets ruled out. They adjust the number. It's still plus 800. I don't think people understood. Like, points have been the big sweat for Ben Simmons of late, but with the San Antonio Spurs being so bad at protecting the rim, I ended up on the triple-double for a half-unit play. We'll see if it pans out. He had 8, 7, and 6 before getting his fourth foul early in the third quarter. They ended up sitting him the rest of the way. He just checked in at the start of the fourth. So hopefully, by the end of this, I'm celebrating and not sad and in shambles like I'm expecting to be. But you know what? That's what happens when you bet anything Ben Simmons related. You're in for a heart attack. But you know what? Value is value. That's what I'm here to help you find. Just like at DraftKings. You bet $5, you win $200 in bonus bets when you take advantage in the video description box below. Simply click on that link, bet $5 on anything on planet Earth that isn't a futures bet because it's got to settle for it. And then you're going to get $200 in bonus bets. Seems pretty awesome. If you have a problem, dial 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get to the picks, shall we? Sorry for the abrupt nature of everything there, but it's 9 games. We got a lot to get to. Let's get the party started with who else? Jalen Brunson. And if nothing else, the fun New York Knicks basketball team, 25-20, pretty good. Pretty good. They're hosting Washington in the Garden. And overtime against the Raptors was much needed for us as we were about to get Captain Hooked. It was a great movie back in the day, Hooked. I don't know, Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, rip. Betting Brunson's points prop. We needed that overtime, but the conversation about it, whew, glad that it happened. We got the conversion there. Fantastic Monday was had by all. At least it was fun for me then because Tuesday has not been so far. Still, I'm looking forward to this game because, gasp, both teams could be 100% full goes. Well, not a full go for Bradley Beal if he plays. He's questionable. He's the one pending piece here unless something comes from the rafters. But I would love to see him in this matchup. I think Washington's played a bit beneath themselves this season, according to their record. And my, oh my, have the Knicks played above it. 25-20, as I said before. Good for 6th in the East. And they are 8th in adjusted net rating overall this season. Their schedule hasn't been the toughest, and that is no exception here, but there's something fun about watching starters get ran into the ground the way Tom Thibodeau does routinely, especially if you take the over on their points props, and then you need overtime, and there you go. Jalen Brunson sits at minus 115 on 25.5 points, though. Kind of what I wanted to start with. It's nifty, but I want to take a small play on the over of 2.5 threes as well. You're getting serious plus money, currently plus 150 over at DK.com. In fact, Washington, 19th at defending the three, by far their worst metric, as they're 3rd in defending the mid-range. And I see this just as a guy in Jalen Brunson who's a nearly 40% shooter from three, playing 43 minutes a night, starting at the point guard position. And I know he's just at 4.5 threes per game. But this nearly entire thing that they have going with Tom Thibodeau running him 40-plus minutes every single time, he's averaging 34 on the season. And if you're going to routinely see him playing 6, 7, 8 minutes more than that, that grades out at around 6 3-point attempts here. You give me that plus money on getting to 3. Again, one shot makes the difference. You go from shooting 33% to having your 50% outcome there, 3 for 6 from the field. You know, maybe he can spike some volume. He hasn't been shooting too much volume from 3. Julius Randle playing with the ball in his hands quite a bit, but Jalen Brunson has been awesome on the offensive end. Want to be involved in this prop. Think you need to be involved with this prop. So I'm going to go combo over 25.5 points plus over 2.5 threes. We've done it with Zach LaVine. It's gone very, very well. I'm going to try packaging the two together here as well. I don't know. I'm going to bet them individually first, though. That was abrupt as well. Let's start getting settled in here, shall we? Eric, in control. Here you go. Atlanta, Dallas, the Doncic Dallas Brigade. I don't even know what I'm trying to say there. Host the Hawks. Yes, Luka, after missing Monday, is good to go with the ankle issue, which matters because, you know, he's stupidly good. It's not even funny at basketball. Now, they will be without Tim Hardaway Jr., who's already been ruled out, and they are expecting Dorian Finney-Smith back, which softens the blow slightly there. Better defender than THJ, or shooter. You kind of know what I'm getting at. Generally speaking, laying with 3 here under the circumstances, kind of a wash for me. And I don't know how many more times I can tout a Luka to do good things type prop, but the number's actually looking pretty efficient this time around. So I'm going to put a pin in that one. I'm just going to think about it. In fact, I am going to be thinking about this entire game because Atlanta's 100% healthy. I don't trust the overs or the unders anywhere. And I think you know by now, I haven't had the greatest luck betting Atlanta games. Gross all the way around. They did convert for us last time, but I'm going to be steering clear of the atmosphere over Dallas in this one. Maybe Doncic PRA if I'm feeling frisky later on tomorrow, but as of right now, we'll call it a lean on the Dallas money line. Just cause I'm not going to bet it though. Two fantastic teams up next. Can't wait to watch this one. The Hornets and the Rockets. It's disturbing. It's not good. This is a fake smile. For those who don't like betting purposes, what are you doing going to this game? It's terrible. But friends, Kevin Porter Jr. is questionable. And if he's ruled in, my God, how are we not just blindly taking the money line on Houston? They're plus 120 against a Hornets team that does not have Kelly Oubre, that does not have Gordon Hayward. More than likely, he's doubtful for this one. Unless he gets upgraded from the clouds, I don't see any reason whatsoever that Houston shouldn't be a pick'em in this spot. So I'm getting plus 20. You're going to give me 20 cents on the dollar to back Houston here over Charlotte. I'm looking at everything from the Charlotte side. They are just putrid too. And Houston, they're 29th in adjusted net rating. When there's 30 teams in the NBA, that's not exactly good. But Charlotte's 27th. There isn't that much that separates them in terms of being bad. And the prospect of Kevin Porter Jr. getting ruled in, I guarantee you this turns into more of a pick'em if he gets ruled in. That's a pretty prominent player for this basketball team, if nothing from a volume perspective and being pretty good at offense. So, friends, it's going to get weird here. It's going to get a little bit awkward. But we're going to lock the Houston money line against Charlotte. What? It's disgusting. I know. But it's 9 games. And you know what? YOLO. This is a spreadsheet play. I'm just telling you. Houston, I have this as almost a pick'em. I'm getting 20 cents. It is so rare to get 20 cents on the money line where you just know you're a favorite there. So regardless of it, they're at home. They're terrible at basketball, but so is Charlotte. I don't even think I can watch this basketball game. Just go Houston. Look at that smiling, happy individual. He definitely has not seen the Minnesota Vikings play football before in his life, but he did bet $5 and win $200 over at the DraftKings Sportsbook. He placed $5 on any wager because he is a smart man. Actually, I think I bet $10 and got like 50 back in the day or something like that. It wasn't as good of a promo as this was. If I had, I guarantee you that smile would be, oh my gosh, I'd be so ecstatic. I would be, it's like Harry Styles. Oh my God, it's incredible stuff. So if you want to feel that way too, if you want to just feel like that, bet $5, get $200. I'm sorry I sounded like a dying llama there, but get your bonus bets of $200. Place $5 on the Houston money line, perhaps. That's a decent enough thing. Play responsibly, by the way. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'alls. Back to the picks. Pretty fascinating one we've got up next here. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis, 100% completely healthy, unless you count Danny Green, who has never played a game for Memphis. So that'd be kind of awkward to talk about. Be very awkward to talk about. But we look on the other side here. We look at Cleveland, and they're going to be without a piece. His name's Donovan Mitchell, and he matters. Well, technically he's doubtful, but that means he's doubtful to play, and that's like 90-something% certainty. I don't know. All I know is he's listed as doubtful. I'm not expecting him, nor should you. Everybody else healthy from the Cleveland side, and they do have some great interior defense. We talk about it all the time on this show. I gush about how good Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are down underneath the basket, second in adjusted defensive rating, but they kind of are similar to what we talked about a little bit earlier in the show with Washington, where they're good at defending other parts of the paint, you know, the mid-range. 24th effective three-point percentage against their opposition. Pretty much opposition only finding opportunity, if you will, shooting the three ball against this team. Now, you take Donovan Mitchell off the floor, who's not really a plus defender in any way, shape, or form. You're probably going to be adding like an Isaac Okoro. He's literally only known for defense because he does nothing in terms of putting up offensive category stats. So just saying, Just saying, I understand defensively the profile of this game might have increased. That's why you're seeing a 222.5. Not many Memphis games you're going to run into where that's going to be the case, considering, Memphis, pretty good at defending the three themselves, really good in terms of adjusted defensive rating, number one. They're very good in that terms, but I'm actually looking at a 3-point prop as a result. Desmond Bane, here's bottom of the darkness. And I'm very much looking forward to betting the over of his 2.5 threes. It's juiced a little bit, minus 135 over there at DK at the moment, but I just see him being a volume guy. Ja Morant out there creating for him, and his minutes are kind of unaffected by anything going on anymore. He's going to play over 30 here very, very shortly on a day in, day out basis. He had missed a long stretch of time. We're talking from November 11th until December 23rd, basically missed 40 plus days there. Came back, has started to see the minutes ramp up. We have seen him get 30 minutes upside of late. That alone, he's averaging 22 per game. And from three, he's a 42.4% shooter. I got to expect volume. You beat Cleveland from the outside, not from the inside. Not going to be a Steven Adams smash fest, I don't think. Give me the over of Desmond Bane 2.5 threes. Oh, God. Miami Heat. I'm so sick of talking about the Miami Heat. Can we just be done with this game? Producer Alicia, do I have to talk about it? Crap, it's on the sidebar. Whatever. We've got the Miami Heat. They're facing the Pelicans. I like CJ McCollum a lot of the time when he's got points props. I don't know how I feel about it in this spot against Miami. Decent enough defensively. Starting to see some other pieces start to take a little bit of volume away, whether that's Jonas Valanciunas, Trey Murphy. You have Herbert Jones, who's considered doubtful, so I guess he probably won't be out there. So you're going to bring in somebody more offensive-minded, Dyson Daniels. He's not really good at anything yet. He's a rookie. A lot of time to progress. But as I'm looking at the board here, everything looks pretty efficient. We've seen this for the umpteenth time with no Zion Williamson, no Brandon Ingram on that New Orleans side. And with Miami, they're starting to get the pieces back. Kyle Lowry is considered questionable for this game. He's the only missing link so far. So it's like, I don't know. What are we doing trying to bet anything here? Looks efficient. Looks like a low total game. I don't find anything all that appealing. I'm very upset with myself for not just sticking with Jimmy Butler and just last time the points prop. That was annoying. But everybody who watched the YouTube video, yay, Bam Adebayo. No, I got captain hooked. It's whatever. We're just looking at this game. We're writing it off. I'm not all that enthusiastic on a 9-gamer. So many better spots. I'll go Miami -1, but not really all that enthusiastic. But here's some enthusiasm. We've got the Indiana Pacers facing the Oklahoma City Thunder and Sam Presti. My dude, are you happy about this? Are you okay with what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey are starting to do? Because they are putting together winning basketball games. They're winners of 5 of their last 6 in which Shai has appeared. Josh Giddey starting to really come to fruition. Kind of an exciting addition. I've never really thought of him as like a massive offensive centerpiece, a really good distributor. Really only ever target his props over when you have no Shai and you're able to beat that news. But otherwise, it's just a guy that I don't really know what to make of what we're seeing out of him. He's been shooting with volume the last couple. 21 field goal attempts, 18 field goal attempts the last 2. Pretty enthusiastic stuff. And we know Tyrese Halliburton continuing to be out here from the Pacers side. They will get Miles Turner back into the fray here. We saw him play against Milwaukee after being out for a week. That's good for them from a real basketball perspective. But TJ McConnell has been playing way over his head. Dude played 32 minutes, put up 29, 9, and 5 last time out. What in God's green earth? What in the world? Andrew Nembhard, he's going to be more influential on this basketball team, I do think, going forward. The rookie out of Florida starting to look really, really nice. I think he'll start to see more volume. But guys, no Tyrese Halliburton, no problem. OKC is rolling. Really good wins against the likes of Brooklyn, against the likes of the Sixers. Again, winners of 5 of their last 6. What? Am I literally going to back OKC? Fine. I'm going to lock them. I'm actually going to lock this stupid team. You know why? Because the numbers matter more. I have this as a 6.5 point spread. I don't understand the differential here. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because the last 3 weeks, I can guarantee you I've bet way more spreads than normal. But this is just an efficiency thing, and this isn't a very efficient line. I would be shocked if this doesn't close closer to 5 here. I don't know what to make of this. I have not been a buyer of OKC at any point during this win streak, mainly because I stay away from them like the plague. But I don't see how you don't just let Shea and Josh Giddey continue to do their thing. The Jalen Williams piece starting to look really, really nice there too. The ALEN version, by the way. Feel really good about OKC and the stuff they're putting together. They have 54 million first-round picks coming up. Good for them. Don't know if you want to win this one, but you're going to, and you're going to cover -4 for the people. Next up, we've got the Clippers. They're facing the Jazz at this very moment. Well, these two teams aren't playing. The Clippers just tipped off, going up against the Sixers here. I ended up on the Sixers side of that one, and pretty fascinating stuff we're looking at here because Lauri Markkanen did not play against Minnesota. Kind of expected him to. Feel like I've kind of whiffed on a couple of injury spots here of late, but we've been running so good and so hot at just getting good numbers. Doesn't guarantee you the win necessarily, but what you're trying to do is just beat closing line value day in, day out. I don't really know what to make of what that Lauri Markkanen situation was, but Minnesota looked nice. We'll talk about them up next against Denver, but in this one, no line out yet because the Clippers are playing the Sixers. Go Sixers, just for today's purposes. Generally, would never cheer for Philadelphia anything, but that is money. That is betting for you. I don't really have a whole lot of analysis here because I expect tons of Clippers to be sitting on the second end of this back-to-back. They're going from playing in LA to Utah, kind of a wonky spot there. They had Paul George, who got ruled in from the clouds here, so I don't expect him to be playing on the back-to-back because considering it was a lower body hamstring injury for him. So we'll just X him out. Kawhi Leonard, does he play on the back-to-back? I could see them just resting everybody. So as a result of that, I'm going to lean the Utah money line. Maybe I fire this as soon as this number comes out, but it is simply a prospective play on the event that the Clippers show up with half their basketball team. I could see a lot of them just staying in LA, kicking their feet up, having a nice night. See how they play against the Sixers. Maybe that dictates some of it. But for the most part, I'd be very, very surprised to see Kawhi and Paul George play basketball in Utah tomorrow. That being said, if the number doesn't reflect it, I expect to be betting Utah. I said they were up next. My Minnesota Timberwolves. More Minnesota sports. Yay. I'm so sad. I don't know what to do with myself. Skull. It's the most alive I've felt in a while. They're facing Denver, and Denver is on a back-to-back in this one, which, whoa, Nelly. Jamal Murray got ruled in. I didn't expect him to play. Yet another thing I didn't get correct on Tuesday. Didn't have any bets in this spot, but still something to be paying attention to here because does he really play on a back-to-back going from questionable in one spot to just being ruled in on a back-to-back? I'd be surprised by it. So I do expect Bruce Brown to possibly be playing there. Bones Highland as well in that backcourt. Somebody that was kind of a surprising rule in as well. All of that being said, the centerpiece is Nikola Jokic. If Nikola Jokic plays on the back-to-back, you probably don't want to be anywhere near this line. But I am going to just lean on the Minnesota side of it because less news going their direction. More things that can go wrong from the Denver side. That all being said, Anthony Edwards is considered questionable, but we saw him questionable to ruled in last game. No injury. Didn't see any issue there. Maybe they wait to see what the Denver Nuggets bring to the table. Maybe give him the night off if Denver has their normal starting five. But otherwise, Anthony Edwards, I do see playing in this basketball game. That kind of leans me towards the Minnesota money line, but no play on it yet. Want to try to read the tea leaves on Wednesday morning. All right, we just went lean. Let's go with a lock to round it all out here. We've got the Sacramento Kings, big favorites, -160, going into LA, 245.5 total. Holy mother. Have you guys seen a big total like this one? It is so big. I don't know. I don't even want to do a Sir Mix-a-Lot joke, although I like big spreads and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When Domantas Sabonis walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in his face, I get sprung because why is his PRA 43.5 here? I don't understand it. We're talking about a high-octane game here. We're talking about Thomas Bryant defense, which is not all that ideal. We have LeBron James listed as questionable, which I don't know what to make of that in the year of our Lord 2023. In years past, usually it was just everybody listed questionable on the Lakers and they would all play anyway. I'm buying more stock into it as a 38-year-old. They're still trying to find a piece. I don't know how the Lakers acquire anything with these contracts that they've got on the books, but I could just see LeBron James sitting in a lot of these spots. Therefore, if I were to lean on any side of this, was obviously the Sacramento side, but I don't feel like laying 3.5 there in LA. They have been playing better basketball of late, specifically Russell Westbrook doing some actual things. Pretty fascinating, but still no Austin Reeves, still no Lonnie Walker, some side pieces there for the Lakers. Speaking of side pieces, Domantas Sabonis is kind of ours on this video here of late. A lot of guys in the premium Discord, and ladies, of course, in the premium Discord here at Stokastic, which you can sign up for below, have really turned me on to Domantas Sabonis for like the last month and a half, and it has gone really well. So special shout out to them. You can sign up for that and get the first week free with promo code ELInsider right now, but his PRA is ridiculous. We're talking 14.5 rebounds being his opening prop. We have 7.5 assists as the opening prop. I did bet the Luka Doncic triple-double. I almost bet the Domantas Sabonis triple-double the other night, but it didn't grade out with enough value, even though he smashed it, like scorched earth kind of stuff. So let's just take the entire portfolio, put it together, and let's just make it a PRA lock to finish out our day. Yeah, Domantas Sabonis, guy's just been fantastic. And I will say, both them and the Pacers won this trade. I never imagined saying that both teams would be benefiting from it. But regardless of his defensive inefficiencies, my lord, he has been incredible. I have him projected around 47 PRA here in this one. High octane matchup, 245.5 total. All signs point towards Domantas Sabonis smashing for us on Wednesday. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Head to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays for Wednesday. I'm always looking. I'm always watching. I love to see them. If you guys turn on to anything, I will give you a special shout out on these shows anytime I possibly can because, hey, I like to be talked into some bets as long as we are making money together. Also, speaking of that, bet $5. Get yourself $200 by yourself. You don't even need me for that. All you do that, get $200 in bonus bets when you put the $5 on DK in the video description box below. Click on that link. If you haven't signed up for DK, the largest sports book there is here in the old United States, I would take advantage of that right now. Alrighty, y'all, 9-gamer on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. I'll be back on Thursday. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets tomorrow.